I'll say somebody watching.
Okay. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, also known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, okay, aka the mother of harlots, okay, so on and so forth, man. And what we're out here to do is to proclaim liberty to the captives, like the scriptures say. Now, who are the captives? Who are the people that are known as nationally, internationally, as the slaves of the earth? The so-called African Americans, okay? Now, those people just so happen to be the Israelites, man, according to the scriptures, okay? And so based off of the treacherous acts that the self-proclaimed white man has perpetrated against our people, he is going to be rewarded. He is going to be judged accordingly, man. Let's get that in Romans.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right. It says, knowing the time. Okay? Now, in, let me see. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to quote the actual verse. But the scriptures say, now the time is short, it remaineth. Let those that have wives be as though they have none, so on and so forth. But it says the time is short. Now these scriptures, the New Testament was written 2,000 plus years ago, okay? But it still said that the time is short. So how much more now? Can you read that again, Bible Shah?
Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. And that word, when you go into that word sleep, there is hypnos. Okay, a slumber, a spiritual slumber, man. Mental inactivity, man. It's a vast majority of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are asleep, that are spiritually slumbering, man, and have wandered out of the way of their heritage, man, pursuant to biblical prophecy, man. But now is a time to wake up, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Our Messiah, whose true name is Yahushai, okay, is near to come, man.
God, you get that something in Isaiah?
Isaiah 61 and 1, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Right, good tidings, which is good news, the gospel.
Yep.
The gospel means good news. But it's only good news to those that are going to be exalted, those that are going to be delivered, right? Can you get Luke 14 and 11? Go ahead,
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and to open...
It says to bind up the brokenhearted, because us being in slavery and captivity made us realize that the Most High cast us off, right? You see that, what it says?
Whosoever exalted.
Go ahead and get that real quick.
Luke 14, verse 11. For whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Right, man. So we are in the humbling process, man. We've been getting humbled since we've been getting put in captivity these continuous times, but especially this captivity here in America, okay, where the northern and southern kingdom were in captivity together, all right, and we were void of the understanding of the Most High's name, of who we were as a people. And so now that understanding is being given back to us. So now the scripture that we just read in Romans 13 is coming back into effect. It's high time, or it's the right time for us to awake out of the spiritual slumber that we were in. Spiritually, we were pretty much dead, okay? Because we didn't have that connection with the Most High. It starts with the name of the Most High, and then your actions follow, man. Because you understand that that power gave you laws, statutes, commandments to follow after. And the reason why we're in a position that we're in now is simply because we didn't follow after those laws, statutes, and commandments and we continuously broke that, man. Okay. Okay. While you're looking for that, can you continue reading that in Isaiah?
Back in Isaiah 61:1, it says, "He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and to open the prison to them that are bound."
It says to proclaim liberty to the captives. Now, who are the captives? Though these pictures show you this. Who are the captives? Okay, these are the captives, man. And who had these people in captivity? The self-proclaimed white man. Okay. So how are the captives going to obtain liberty? How are they going to obtain freedom? Okay. And Abraham Lincoln didn't set you free, man. Okay. He changed the ownership from the individual to the state. Okay. To the government. Now, yeah, go ahead and finish that, and then we'll get what you got. Or is that? Did you finish the verse? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and get verse 2.
All right, verse 2, it says, "To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn."
Right. And who are those that are mourning, man? Ezekiel the 9th chapter. Those that sigh and cry for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof, starting with the prophets, man. Okay, the 144,000. You read that verse?
The scripture says that the truth shall set you free. You know, so with this word being the comforter, it gives you the comfort of knowing. It gives you the comfort of knowing what's to come. You know, you actually are fighting for something. You know, before the scriptures, you know, before having an understanding, you know, we were just roaming around in the world. You know, but now that we have an understanding of the scriptures, you understand and know what's to come. You actually are fighting for something. So it's here to comfort those of us that are mourning, because now we understand and know why we're mourning. We understand and know why we're afflicted. You know what I'm saying? We understand and know why we're in this position. You know, our Jake is mourning. All of Israel is mourning, really.
The whole
but
world.
they don't. The whole world mourning. The language, but you know, just in particular with our people, you know, they don't know why. They don't know exactly, you know, why they got put in slavery. And we're out here to let them know. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that it's a punishment from the Lord, man.
Got it.
You know?
Got it. You got it. Go ahead, Papa. Shot.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. "And you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins."
Right. So this letter was written to the Israelites that were in Ephesus. Okay, and this was a city that was Hellenized. So you had various different nations that were living in that city, as well as the other cities that Paul addressed in his letters. Okay, but the letters were addressed to the churches that were in those specific cities. Go ahead, read again, Bible Kasha.
Ephesians 2:1. "And you hath he quickened."
Pause. Does any brother on the other side know what quickened means? Say again. Not quite. Close. To be. Say again. To bring to life. Right. Exactly. Right. Go ahead.
"And you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past." Ephesians 2:1. "And you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins."
Again, I said it earlier. We're spiritually dead. Okay, because of the lowest state that the Most High put us in, because of our transgressions, man. Okay. Go ahead.
So that's a quick one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter. This is the book of Psalms, chapter. Proverbs chapter 21:16. "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
Right. And so wandering out of the way of understanding, being cast out of the way of understanding, if you're not walking in the way of understanding, you're walking in the way of death. Okay? Because you are essentially reprobate. And you can go in the blue letter and type in that word reprobate and see how many times it comes up in the various scriptures that correlate with that word, man. Okay? And so read that part, read it again. Just read it again. It's one self-explanatory, but
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
right. So again, our people have been spiritually dead, walking in the ways of the world, which is why we, bringing out Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, because it talks about multiple things, but it talks about how we initially, before we came into the faith, were Israelite foreigners, but we were void of the understanding. We were as good as a 2/3 to the Most High, right? But now we're profitable to the Most High, being that we, active in the truth. You got a word you said you wanted to bring out?
I can go back to that.
Go back to Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Right. It says, who were once dead in trespasses and sins, but you walked according to what?
It says, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Right.
According to the course of this world.
Right. And who is the prince of the power of the air? Satan, man. That is the God that these people worship. Okay? So he is the God of this world, man. So you people that claim that you worship God, which God do you worship? The scriptures say that there are gods many and lords many. Okay, but unto us there is one power. The Most High, the true power, the Heavenly Father, man. And his son Yahweh Shai. Okay? And so there are different gods, man. And this world teaches you to idolize everything except for the Most High, man. So think about that. When we were in the world, we were taught to idolize Christmas time. We were taught to idolize Easter time. We were taught, right? Well, the thing is, it goes back to pagan customs, and it's so common amongst our people. It's normal to worship yourself on your birthday or any day. Women taking 1,000 selfies a day, constantly focusing on self, which is nothing wrong to love yourself, but you have to love the Most High, okay? And you have to love your neighbor as yourself, okay? I'm not talking about your next door neighbor, but your brother, man, okay? That's called charity. That's called brotherly love. That's called benevolence, okay? So you had something?
Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1, it says, hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh, which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Yeah, just laying back off the priest's point, man. Jake is going off into the way of the heathen, man, into the congregation of the dead, man. And the Lord, what makes us holy, what quickens us, as we just got in Ephesians 2, is the Spirit of the Lord. The fallen, that way, the knowledge and the way to walk in of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Mm-hmm. And we've been given that via the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, and the truth of the Scriptures, man, and been set free.
God. Is there any more on that Ephesians 2? Well, actually, I know you can drop down to verse 10, but let's get this in John 4 real quick, and then we'll go back to Ephesians. Con.
No, okay. All right, John 4:22. You worship, you know not what. We know what we worship.
Right, so a majority of people think that they're actually worshiping the Most High when they're worshiping Satan, man. They're worshiping these other gods, okay? And all you have to do is go on Google and type in origin of blank holiday.
Look at the sign right here, look.
Right, yeah. You can type in the origin of these holidays now, man. The information is readily available through the internet, okay? So there's no reason to act ignorant as if you have no clue as to what's going on, man.
That's why it says in Proverbs 1, how long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity? Because Daniel 12 tells you at the end, knowledge would increase. We're in the age of understanding. You know what I'm saying? You got an iPhone, even an Android, any device. You go into the web, Google anything, man. You know what I'm saying? YouTube anything, man. So, hey, the simple are gonna be punished, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got it all.
Yep. Hey, the scriptures call our people sottish children, man. Foolish. They have no knowledge. You know.
What's that? Jeremiah.
I think 3 or 4. Yeah, go ahead. Habakkuk.
All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18. It says, "What profited the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it?"
Right. So what is a graven image? Turn over that sign, Baba Kushah. This is a graven image. Okay? This is the modern day version of the ancient god Semiramis. Okay? So these graven images now, they may not be an actual statue, but even if you go, there's a Catholic church right there. I've never been inside of it, but every Catholic church that I've been into has some form of what they call a crucifix, you know, behind the pew. I'm not the pew, but the place where the preacher stands, right?
Called altar.
The altar or something, right? So, which that goes back to another false god, because the thing is, where's the Chezi B sign at? Okay, here we go. This image right here is not a biblically accurate image. So the reason why we say this is a false image, this is a idol, is because these are not biblically accurate images, man. Okay, and they go back to idols that are mentioned in the scriptures. Okay, they just evolved over time. The images of these various different gods, like I said, Semiramis, Tammuz, Caesar Borgia, these are all different idols, man. Well, Caesar Borgia was a real man, okay, but pretty much Tammuz goes back to the son that was born from Semiramis, right? But it's all ancient pagan theology, right? Was that it in Habakkuk? No, go ahead.
It says the molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols.
Yeah, you can break it down. Or would you read it again? Yeah, I was gone.
All right, verse 18, Habakkuk 2 and 18, "What profited the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it?"
Oh yeah, exactly. What profit? Because the thing is, Jake would take time. See, we don't really have a lot of hand-graven statues like that anymore, because you got things like CGI. You got things like pictures and movies. You can record real life people and see it on your TV, see it on your phone. So you don't need paintings. You don't need statues as much as you would have them back then. Of course, people still make them, okay? But you got all of these, video games. They depict these different gods and push these various philosophies everywhere, man, on all aspects of the media, okay? So the point is, what profiteth the person that makes these? Because you got people that spend hours upon hours handcrafting a beautifully, structured statue, right? In the shape of a nice looking woman. And people in the ancient world, they will bow down to that. Well, what is the equivalent of that today? These various celebrities that are constantly in the media, they have that same perfect figure, and they never rot, they never age, and people idolize these people. Right. It's the same energy that was given to these idols that were back in the day, actual physical statues, man. Okay? People would bow down, they would worship them, they would travel from afar just to sacrifice in the temple of Ashtaroth, for example. Right?
Hey, it's like, if I could add on, these same idols are worshipped today. When you go into Druidism, and the ancient Druids and the pagans, that's what they do. I was just reading an article today, man. That's a simple Google search. Going into the gods they worship around the time of the winter solstice. Going into the rituals that they do, man. The Isis, Ashtaroth, like the brother's going into. Saturn, which is Satan. All these idols are pretty much go back to Satan, pretty much, at the end of the day, man. And left-handed rebellion and witchcraft against the Lord, man.
Right. Yeah, just because we can't remember when we were alive in Greece and when we were alive in Rome, when we were alive in the Medo-Persian Empire and the Babylonian Empire, doesn't mean that these things didn't happen. It doesn't mean that there weren't entire temples that were erected that took decades to complete just for people to sacrifice to idols, man. Right. This is a real thing, and these spirits are still in the earth. There's still similar rituals that are carried out that were going on hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, man. So it hasn't gone away, okay? Everything that we see change in our life hasn't gone away. It's just evolved, or it's changed.
It's increased.
Transportation. We used to be horses. It used to be, of course, we still have ships. Now we have planes. Now we have cars, right? The new book. When's the last time you read a handwritten book? All books used to be handwritten. Now you have the printing press, but it's still the same thing, right? Now, exactly. Now you can, read online on your computer now, So things don't go away; they just evolve. They transform, because the scriptures say in Daniel 12 that knowledge. Oh, is it?
I did.
Okay, yeah. Many shall run to and fro, man, and knowledge being increased. So that's what you're seeing, man. But we're at the end of this man's system, which is the ushering in of, like we read all the time, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Okay? And if you were wise, you would consider what that means, man. What you got, Art?
That Ephesians 2.
Okay.
What verse?
10.
Ephesians 2 and 10. For I started 9. I started 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of the Most High.
Right. It's a gift of the Most High to receive faith, which he's only going to give faith to his people, man. To the Israelites.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High, not of works, lest any man should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works, which the Most High hath before ordained that we should walk in them. Right. So you don't just carry out a sequence of actions and say, okay, this is going to equate to me being saved if I do this, 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 and this. No, we have to all be able to adapt and to mold into various, really we have to maintain the mindset of the end goal, which is what? Obtaining the kingdom, right? Enduring to the end. But we have to be able to adapt to various different situations, man. Okay? And so that's not just solely the actual workings of the law as far as the ordinances are concerned. Okay? We have to live it, man. Okay? And we, through faith, are going to act out what we believe in. Okay? That should be it on that, unless you read verse 11. You haven't read verse 11. Nope.
Have you read it yet?
It says, continue on in verse 10. It says, for we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahushai unto good works, which the Most High hath before ordained that we should walk in them. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh.
You see that? We being in times past were Gentiles according to the flesh, meaning that we were void of the pretty much the covering that you get according to the law. You're gonna be preserved if you follow the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, man. Okay, the blessings. Okay, because there were times where we were on point with the Most High. He preserved us. He delivered us many, many times. That was because of our obedience and our faith that the Lord was going to preserve us. Go ahead.
It says,
Gentiles according to the flesh.
Yup. It says, verse 11, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Does anybody know what that means, what it says, that verse 11, the uncircumcision? It says they are called the uncircumcision by the circumcision.
Israelites knew that they were Israelites, calling the Israelites foreigners, the uncircumcised.
Right. You can read about that in Acts the 14th chapter, pretty much where it goes into the debate of whether or not the Israelite foreigners were able to, you know, to make it, man. You know, and so it's about the faith that you have in the Most High, man, because we're not going to be able to prove our registry. That was the point I'm trying to make, you know, as far as the Israelite foreigners. We were once in the world, right? Like verse 11 talks about. That should be the point on that. Let's get that in Peter.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance.
Okay, it says, stirring up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Meaning that this truth is going to click in your head if you are one of the Most High's spirits that was with him from the foundation of the earth. Okay? Like the scriptures say in John, the 10th chapter, my sheep hear my voice. Okay? Go ahead.
That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior.
Right. And so the scriptures talk about in Romans that all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High. If I'm not mistaken, is it the 14th or 15th? One of those two chapters. And it's profitable, man, for doctrine and for learning and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's good to read the scriptures because it gives you an understanding of our history, which they don't teach in school, and they teach a dumbed down, watered down version in the church, and they might read 8 verses, you know, break it down wrong. My phone finna die. And that's it, you know. So you know you have to, like the scriptures say, man. Matter of fact, 2 Peter 1 and 10, real quick. God. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, this 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Right, man. We're supposed to study. We're supposed to, you know, give diligence. Put forth constant, strenuous effort, man. This is a grind. Okay? We got to get it out the mud spiritually. Because if we don't, who else gonna do it, man? It's what's that TV show, Dirty Jobs? You know, but those jobs pay good money. You know, those jobs pay good money compared to other, you know, other hourly wage jobs, man. Because nobody wants to do them. You know. So our reward is gonna be great, okay? Because we're laying up those treasures in heaven, like Matthew the 7th chapter talks about. Okay, or the 6th chapter.
Back in 3.
Yes.
All right, this is back in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Right, that's pretty much the point. But you have people that, again, scoffers, which we went into this on a Saturday class. We went into pretty much people that's going to be against the truth, man. They're going to be coming up against the Israelites that are out here preaching and teaching the word, okay? Starting with the leaders of the church, man, okay? Because who are the people that were attacked first, okay? Pretty much the apostles, man. Because why? They were the first people to be on the forefront, right? So the agenda was to you know, take that down, but the movement and the fire is already widespread, man. It's not going anywhere. The videos are up, the knowledge is out, okay? The jig is up. We know that the self-proclaimed white man is Esau,
Right.
and we know that he's going into slavery, man.
That's right.
So there's nothing that he can do to prevent or slow down or anything. None of the scriptures say that he know that he has but a short time. If that's what you're getting, I don't know if that's what you're getting. But the scriptures say that he know that he has but a short time, Revelation 12. So he gonna come down and he gonna, you know, put hell on Jake. But that's all according to prophecy, man. Yep. The scriptures say you can't do anything against the truth but for it. So we understand that whatever happens, it was written.
Right.
Okay? Right. What we're gonna do is focus on the task at hand. Okay? Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, that was the point. You gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say it's just the will of the Lord, man. How what y'all told us, you know? Shit, yeah, look what he had to go through. We got to go through the same thing. Like it says in Acts, man. Through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So we got to go through these things, man.
Hey, laying backing out the priest. Hey, the servant's not greater than his master, man. Hey, they persecuted the master. Hey, what you think you as a servant? What you think you gonna get? I got a precept. Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Continuing on, it says, so I lost my place. Okay. It says, verse 39, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it. Lest haply ye be found even to fight against God. And that's what every naysayer and gainsayer that comes up against the doctrine, the men of Yahweh and men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are doing, man, fighting against the counsel of the Lord, man.
Oh, can you get 1 Peter 4 and 14? Baruch Let's get that in 2 Timothy, Baruch
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach.
It says endure hardness.
Man, you gotta start up on that. Start up like verse or two.
Verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
No man that war that tank.
You haven't read it yet.
Okay. Slop.
Just start the first verse.
Come. 2 Timothy 2 and 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men.
Right, so what does that mean? Paul had a good report amongst the church, and the same doctrine that he taught, Timothy was instructed to teach the same doctrine that he learned, right? Go ahead.
Who shall be able to teach others also.
You see that? Because if you continue that cycle, those people that you teach, they're going to be able to teach what you taught them, okay? It's called duplication. Go ahead.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier.
See, that's why the doctrine is so important, man. Because if you deviate from that, then you teaching another doctrine, man. You know? Hold on. Read that last verse again.
Verse 3.
Yeah. Verse. Hold on. Listen to things. Okay, never mind. Verse 3.
Okay. Verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Right. So again, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. We are prisoners, okay, to this truth. We are bonds, man. You know, like the scriptures say, my fellow brother in bonds. Okay, because essentially when you put your hand to the plow, if you stop, you're dead. You're done. Consider your life over, man. Okay? Because this is the last thing you wanna mess around with. That's the nicest way I can say it, man. Let me see. Yes, charging. Good thing too. It's like 4% left. The Most High is the last person you want to play around with, man. And that's why so many of these people gonna get judged, and they're gonna be so surprised. And we gonna, hey, the scriptures say, matter of fact, Psalms chapter 2 and verse 4, Bible Kushah.
Psalms 2 and 4.
Come. Because the scriptures say, he that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh, man. Go ahead.
Gone. It says, verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself in the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Right, man. Because hey, when you get drafted, you're gonna have to finish the mission. What do they call those tours? You gotta finish your tour, man. Right. You can't just walk off the battlefield, man, and say, oh man, I quit, man. There's bullets flying over my head. I wanna go play some 2K. Yeah. You know, go hop back on a plane, you know, from Afghanistan back to Maryland. No, man. You gotta finish what you started. Okay? Otherwise, you're gonna be likened unto a man that made plans to build this, this great building. Yep. You started it, and then you found out halfway through that you didn't have enough materials to finish the building. Right. Now you just wasted all this time and effort for nothing, man. We don't want to be in that position, okay? Because now you're at a loss. Yeah, actually, it might be the second verse.
Psalms chapter 2, I got it. Psalms chapter 2, verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh shall have them in derision.
Right, man. Because ultimately, these other nations think that they're going to win. They think that they're going to overcome Jake forever. They're going to, you know, Vanessa everybody up. They're going to have them, you know, virtual reality, metaverse up. Okay? And they're going to be, look, you know, like that movie Upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, when them people in that room were, you know, in that virtual, they had them VR headsets on. Yeah. Also, the movie Inception, it's a slept on scene, but they use a drug in the movie to keep you subdued, you know, to keep you asleep. And before, you know, the climax of the movie started, while the plot was building, you had the main character, Leonardo DiCaprio, go to the person who supplied the sleeping drug, you know, and in that room there were 20, 30 people asleep, you know, and they were using that sleeping drug to dream. And they said that they spend more time sleeping than awake, because while they were awake, and of course it's a movie, but it had, you know, I'm gonna break it down. While they were awake, they had to be in reality, but while they were asleep, they could dream and they could live their life. And, you know, 5 minutes of dreaming is, you know, a year in dream time, right? So that's what these people are going to be fed. Your reality sucks so much that we're going to give you an alternate reality. We're going to give you a fake reality, just like how they got sex dolls, just like how they have these different games that you play that are realistic, but it's not real. They're like reality, but they're not reality, right? And so that's what this man is into, artificial, okay? And that's what's gonna cause the people to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna choose artificial over natural. And that's what's gonna get them jacked up, man. Because the artificial I'm talking about is the RFID chip, man. The MOTB, okay? That's the ultimate artificial technology that this man is gonna push. Yes, on the other side of that. What were we reading? Who was reading?
I was reading. Psalms chapter 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Then it says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure.
You got it.
Yeah. Hey, that's the mission and the end purpose of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. If the scriptures say he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hand cannot perform their enterprise, man. What's their enterprise? The New World Order agenda. Setting up Satan's kingdom on the planet. You see what I'm saying? And them ruling pretty much as the gods of Satan, the ministers of Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? I got something to say. A second Thessalonians.
Okay.
If you
Let's finish with. Wait, were you in the middle of reading something?
I was the second chapter.
Okay. All right. Was the Buck? You got something?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, let's get
This
that.
is Malachi 4:1. I don't know if it came out already. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus say Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Wait, what does that mean? It says we are impoverished. We're gonna build up the desolate places. The Most High destroyed Esau's kingdom, man. Okay, but Esau built it back up. Rome, Greece, right? You built it back up, man. And now you have America. This is the Renaissance architecture that we're seeing. The rebirth of what? The rebirth of Rome. The rebirth of the beast system, man.
right.
You know? And the beast mentality. Okay? Which is pretty much putting all of the subjects, because that's what we are. We're subjects to, you know, to the powers that be. Okay? According to the flesh. Spiritually, you know, we're subjects to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but in his flesh, we're subjected to the laws of the land. That's why we got to comply, you know.
Licenses, permissions.
Right. You know, you got to get a license to travel, a passport, a rite of passage to leave the borders of America. The so-called land of opportunity, which it is land of opportunity, but the home of the so-called home of the free, or land of the free and home of the brave. Excuse me. You know. Anyway, go ahead.
It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Right. So what does it mean when it says, if you're a Christian and you believe in the scriptures, what does this mean when it says they shall build, but I will throw down? What does that mean? What is that talking about? The Most High gonna overthrow Esau's enterprise, man. He's gonna overthrow his government. He's gonna overthrow this country. That's what the scriptures say. Okay, because the scriptures describe a particular nation that was gonna arise in the last times called Babylon the Great. Okay? The mystery of iniquity, the mother of harlots. That's America, man. Shalom, Yabba Shashbagatah. And you have even certain biblical scholars that will agree that Babylon is America. Now, they won't go on, you know, on camera and say, and go so far as to say that's gonna get destroyed, which it also does say that, you know, because they don't want to get their you know, their shit defunded, you know. They don't want to, you know, have that unpopular opinion. But a lot of people that actually are into the scriptures will tell you, you know, that America is Babylon the Great in Revelation, man, 17. It is that whore that sitteth there rideth upon the top of the beast.
Right.
Okay? And so we can't wait for this place to be destroyed, man.
Right.
We can't wait. Because we're tired of having bacon bits in our mashed potatoes. We tired of Christmas trees. I'm glad they took the damn Christmas tree down. I was like, man, something different. Oh, they took the fucking Christmas tree down. Normally they leave it up all January.
Ain't nobody gonna be in downtown now.
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead right now. Even the AT&T Plaza ain't got nobody over there, man. I mean, it's a Tuesday, but still, you know.
It's falling, man.
Yeah, man. And that goes into Isaiah 19, man. The spirit of the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, man. Right. So we're gonna get a couple more precepts to switch. All right, I think everybody on the side had read theirs. Let's get that, finish that 2 Timothy. Yeah.
All right, 2 Timothy's
Verse
2 and 4.
Yeah.
Verse 4 says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this world.
Right, so you're getting all twisted up and caught up. And by the way, man, hey, brothers are out, you know, right, using the world, but they're not abusing it. They're not overly using it. They're not misusing it. Abuse, drug abuse, whatever abuse is misuse. It's the improper use of something. You have to use the world. You have to earn money in order to pay your bills, in order to buy your food, in order to provide for your family, right? But you're not abusing the world. You're not being entangled in the world so much to where it blinds your vision of spiritual discernment, right? To where you're prioritizing other things over the truth, to where you're grinding, you're chasing the bag more than, or you're chasing a woman more than you chasing wisdom.
Right. Why do you not get entangled into the world? Because the way, the motion of the world, the way that the world is going is what? Leading down the path of wickedness, man. What's in the future of America? The chip, you know what I'm saying? World War III, plagues, pestilence, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be caught up in death, man, and be destroyed if you follow the way of the world, man. You know, the scriptures say the fashion of this world passeth away, man.
Right. And it's whack now. It's hella whack now. You know? And you know, I wasn't, you know, alive back in the early 90s and, you know, 80s, and you know, I was young as hell in the early 2000s, so I couldn't really remember what life was like. But compared to what, you know, brothers say, man, hey, America's whack. Even compared to 5 years ago, it's whack now, man. You know, Texas is really one of the last, you know, the last traces of America, the true America that you can really find in 2022. Cause, hey, man, go to California, go to one of these Democratic states, man. Hey, man, if we still here, people gonna make America a Democratic state. I'm sorry, Texas a Democratic state. Right. Because Dallas and Houston are the two biggest cities, you know, in Texas, man. You know, the two biggest metroplexes, and both of those are Democratic. Both Dallas County and the county in Houston. I don't know if it's called Houston County or whatever, but it's you know, those are Democratic, man. You know, because you know that during the presidential election, you get to see which county is red, which county is blue, and when you look during the Trump and Biden campaign, and you know, during that voting night, you would see a little speck of blue, Dallas County, and the whole rest of the state red for the most part. You know, but the more people that move from California and then move from New York and then move from these liberal states to Texas, it's gonna destroy. And by the way, Texas was the Confederate capital, man. You know, of the, you know, whole, when, you know, when there was the Union and the Confederate states, you know, Texas was the capital. So Texas is like its own country, man. Texas got them Confederate roots, man. You know, and so with that being said, hey, man, this place is being watered down, man, right, because it's being mixed. It's just, you know, you get one little spot of, you know, all right, this place is cool, and then niggas mess it up, or it'd be some dumb, you know, it's like, damn, it's not how it used to be, right? You know, even in America, you like, damn, you know, gas used to be, you know, $2.79. I mean, $1.79 now. See, now it's $2.79. If you can find $2.79, really, you good.
This should be like $2.95.
Yeah.
Average $2.95.
Yeah, man. Right. So, hey, man, this place is done, man. This place, we trying to get the hell up out of here, man. We making jokes, but really, it's played out. You know, we finish that second Timothy, and then somebody else can speak.
It says, continuing on in verse 4, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Right. So you're chosen, man. Individuals that are out here preaching the Bible in 2022 in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshai in the right spirit and the right doctrine. Man, you're chosen to do this, man.
That's right.
That's a privilege. That is that's more better than winning the lottery, man. Right. You know, people win the lottery every day. Right. It's not just one lottery, it's multiple lotteries, man. You know? But this is, you can't make yourself chosen, man. You just have to be chosen. So, hey, we gotta thrive in that. We gotta harness that energy, man. Right. And take that mindset when everything we do, man. We better than these people, man. Don't never let no, especially no low-level heathen that's gonna be in captivity, gonna be your personal slave, tell you or make you think in your mind. I'm not telling you gotta tell them that you better than them, okay? But you never let them even think that they close to on your level, man. I look at every heathen like they on a low level, man. Okay? Spiritually. You know, spiritually, man. I'm not saying that they can't teach you nothing in the world, but according to how the Most High values us on his Richter scale, Israel's at the top, man. Starting with the elect. Okay? So that was the point. You know, anybody else that want to speak, you know, y'all can speak up, you know.
Yeah, all right. What you gonna say?
Hey, did you say you had a precept?
Oh, God.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So I'm just going along with the brother.
No.
Being tangled in the cares of life.
No, you good, bro. Go ahead.
It's Mark 4 and verse right here, verse 17. I'm gonna start at verse 16. Says, and these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, but when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a moment. But for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world and deceitfulness of riches.
Hey, Salaki, bro, can you read that over again? My bad.
The whole thing? Or
Yeah, start over again, my bad.
yeah, this is Mark 4. I just started verse 14. That's where it started. The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately, and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. And these are they likewise, which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness.
Yeah, so Yahushua basically going over the parable, man. Okay, and explaining the different type of seed that fell on these different types of ground, man. Okay, we coming into a time, man, where it's gonna show what seed you are, man. You know, the times we coming in is times of persecution, man. Smoking up. See, Yahushua told us, man, hey, man, the scriptures tell you that too, man. Hey, if you depart from evil, you make it yourself a prey, man. And departing from evil is following after the Lord, man. Okay? And when you do that, man, you in the eyes of the world, you will seem evil, man. You seem like you the problem, man. Okay? Keep going, bro.
Verse 16. Verse 16. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately they receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time.
Yeah, you're going to have some dude that endure for just a short time, man. Okay, we now done seen it, you know. Even the short time of me being the truth, man. Brothers that I came in with, man. You know, we came in with other brothers and they ain't not here no more, man. You know, yeah, that's a part of this walk, you see. Keep going, bro.
And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction,
keep going,
or persecution arises for the word's sake.
And that's what this is the time we coming into, man. Persecution and affliction is going to rise because of the word's sake, on what you believe, man. Okay? Esau is making it real clear, man. And the Apostle Gabar did a video like a couple of weeks ago, man, about this damn Eve, you know, was on the news saying that her two daughters, you know, because of her so-called baby daddy, they killed, you know, I guess he killed them. They believed that, you know, in the Hebrew Israelites and all this shit, you know, and it's extreme, and all through the damn fucking interview on the news is extreme. Everything's extreme. Everything extreme this, extreme that. Yeah, you know. Why? Because they're tying believing in the Bible to extreme to being a damn terrorist, man. You know. That's the times we coming into, man. So best believe, man, like the scriptures say, man, you're gonna be some of you are gonna be killed, man. Some brothers are gonna have to die. Sisters, you know. Kids, man, you might have to watch hey, man, you might have to do that for the Lord, man. Right. You know, that's the time we coming into, man. So, man, now is the time to really work on that relationship with the Lord, man. Okay, being rooted and trusting in every day, the Lord is putting you through tests, man. Don't just go to work and, you know, go through your life every day and just nah, man, realize what the Lord putting you through, man. Whatever you're going through in your life is a test, man. The Lord is building you up, man. Pass that test, man, because the ultimate test is coming, man. That's right. Okay, keep going. Yeah, the hour of temptation, like the brother said. Keep going, bro.
Yep. Back to verse 17. And have no root in themselves.
Cause believe, man, Yahushua said, I came to set a man at variance with his own father and mother and family, man. Right. Okay, our own people are gonna turn us in, man. Our own people are gonna turn their backs on us and call us terrorists for believing in the Lord, man. Right. Okay, man, hold up, get Isaiah 66 and like 5, I think, bro. Oh, keep going, bro.
And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time afterwards.
Yeah, it's all good when everything fine, when you can come eat chicken and shit, man. You know? Keep going.
Afterward, when affliction or persecution
arises. It's too much. It's too much. I'm getting persecuted on my job. Right. It's too much, man. Keep going, bro.
Or persecution arises for the word's
man, my
sake.
cousin don't even fuck with me no more, man. Damn, that's my favorite cousin, man. You know? Keep going, bro.
Immediately they are offended.
You get offended, man. You get offended at some damn demons, man. When you should really be worried about how the Lord see you, man. That's right. Not no damn nigga that eat pork, man, and smoke weed and cigarettes, man, and commit adultery. You know, them niggas ain't got no integrity, man. You know. Keep going, bro.
Verse 18. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches.
Hey, you got them too, man. We want to chase that bag, bro. Yeah, like the priest I said earlier, man. Yo, man, you gotta use the word, don't abuse it, man. You, of course, we in captivity, bro. You gonna have to make money. You know what I'm saying? Make money to get by, man. If you make a little extra, that's cool, but don't go too fucking far, man. Where your ass and you working more overtime, now your ass in that camp. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to work overtime, because you want to get some shit. No, man. Make time for the Lord, man. The Lord, your real job is doing this work, man. Right. Not working for Esau, man. You know? You got some shit.
Or family too. You know, you get tied up with your family. You know, they try to, you know, guilt trip you into, you know, coming and, you know, staying. You know, or, you know, your woman try to get you. Oh, you'll never take me out. But she only asks you on Tuesdays and Fridays. Right. You know? Like, you couldn't ask me yesterday. You know? That's all a test. You know, it's a spirit that's put on these people to say certain bugged out, contrary shit to test you. See, well, you know what? All right, you know, I'll stay another 30 minutes. You know, what's the worst that can happen? And then you come to camp 15 minutes late, left. You know, it's like, damn, might as well just stay at home.
Man, right. The Lord looking at all that, man. Best believe the angels watching that, man. You know? Yeah, some more of that.
And the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in choke the word and it becometh unfruitful. Okay, just, you know, like the brother was saying, those particular things, you know, the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches, you know, it's going to choke the word that was inside of you, man. And now it's just like, you know, like Paul says, if you're not constantly in remembrance of these things and the gospel that I told you about, what good does it do you for even hearing it, man?
That's right. Grab that, bro.
This is Isaiah 66 and verse 5. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word, your brethren that...
Read that one more time, bro.
Isaiah 66 and verse 5. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word.
Hey, now who was those that tremble at his word?
Prophets.
Yeah, exactly, the elect, man. Everybody ain't fearing the Lord, man. Okay? If you trembling at the word, you fearing what he's saying, man. Keep going.
Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed.
Yeah, the people gonna cast you out, man. They gonna think they, like the scriptures say, man, those that kill you gonna think they did the Lord a favor, man. Right. You know? Man, cause hey, you're gonna be looked at as an outcast, man. Right. You know, that's the time we coming into, man. And it's clear to see what Esau is making his move, man. What the Lord is doing, what Yahweh Shai is doing, man. He's making everything one against another, man. All right, you know, that's the times we coming into, man. So you gotta understand what you really a part of, man. You know, it ain't a game, it ain't just a club. You know, this is life or death, man. This is about your salvation, man. Okay, got something, bro?
Yeah, I got a precept. Backing off the brothers. It's Luke 6:22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the son of man's sake. Just laying backing off, man, because it's getting near, man. Persecution is clearly coming, man. You know, and like you saying, extreme Hebrewites, black Hebrew Israelites, militantly being tied together, you know, as terrorists, man. You know, and the spirit gonna reveal, man, where you really at, man.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna be able to hide it, man.
Well, you're gonna have to know what you're a part of. Because your enemy knows how serious this is, but do you? See, we read these scriptures, and during this time, the apostles and those who actually made the decision to go out there and preach and dedicate their life to this, they understood that they were putting their life on the line. It's like we're in the comfort of this first world country, America, and you have the privilege to come out on the highways and byways and preach. So the actual seriousness of the matter sometimes get lost. And sometimes get lost in your week-to-week life of going to work and, you know, watching a football game and whatever little things that we live in life. This part of it, do you really understand that you're a part of a revolution? Is it really clicking to you that this is a war? This is the beginning of a war. Study war. How does it start? Right now, you have an issue, and we did a live show on it in Kazakhstan. where they're at war over there in Kazakhstan, over there in Russia. You know where that is? Over there in Russia. It used to be called the Soviet Union. You got to study it. It used to be called the Soviet Union, but it got broken all up into, and now there's these different little kind of like states. One of the states is Ukraine. Ukraine is you heard of Ukraine, right? Another one that's similar to the Ukraine is called Kazakhstan. Currently, there is a protest being fermented there, right? But how it started was the United States and the West funding protests. People talking to each other and building with each other start war. So what's happening here is a spiritual war. And whenever these larger institutions, these big groups start to really come against the Hebrew Israelites, it's going, if you haven't built up if you haven't built up your faith in this, whenever the distress of this thing starts to hit, you're going to be shaken out. And there's a scripture I believe in, like Mark, where it talks about the seed on stony ground. Yeah, did y'all read that?
Yeah.
That's the spirit. You see what I'm saying? That's the spirit. And so we're going to start to come to that, to where are you a seed thrown on good ground, thorns, stony ground? You know, you know, people that come here and they look, and then they just walk away. The bird just took them away, right? So those things you said, like when the things start, the good thing about tribulation is that gray becomes black and white. Gray becomes black and white. It's either this side or that side. Ain't no, oh, well, I mean, I kind of believe this, and we ain't gonna be in that time. We ain't gonna be talking. It's clear. So define where you stand. Define where you stand. Why it's still gray. Okay. And anything, that's where you get the most benefit. You get the most benefit in the investment when people don't know. If you wait till the news pop, you're too late. Everybody, the profit's been made. You wanna invest when nobody don't know. When everybody's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe. That's the truth. Now's the time to invest in the truth. But know what you're a part of. Y'all got precepts?
I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 23 and 23. It says, buy the truth and sell it not, also wisdom and instruction and understanding.
Right, and so that comes through the spirit of getting this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding out of the book. Right? Buy it and sell it not. That means hold on to it. Don't give it away. Hold on to it. Digest what you're reading and understand it so you can live it and be the most profitable man in the Lord that you can. Don't get me wrong. We all have ups and downs and everything like that. But you should be digesting this truth. What you got, Chad?
This is Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Now, when you read the previous verse, it talks about there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, right? Read that part. Verse 6.
This is Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Right, and so you got certain brothers sometimes when they start to see the news, they be like thinking about, well, what if this and what if that? And, oh man, and you can sense a little worry in their heart. But the Lord said, don't be troubled. This is what's supposed to happen. Okay? It's supposed to be wars and rumors of wars, right? Go ahead.
For nation shall rise, Salaki, it says, it must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
It's not yet. That means stuff needs to go down. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes.
Is there not famines and pestilences? Do we not have a worldwide pestilence going on? Do we not have shortages happening? Is there not inflation happening at your markets? Right? That $150 of groceries that you bought 2 years ago, it don't get you the same thing. Right? That's the beginnings of famines. You know, get out the kitchen! Always in the kitchen! But I'm hungry. Get your ass out the kitchen! For those of y'all that got kids, y'all know that statement. And for those of y'all young, you've been told that right now. Okay, get your ass out the kitchen. Why? Because it's famines, man. Okay? And now when it comes to the wars and everything like that, man, you know, it's our job as watchmen. We see constant tribulation going on all around the world. We know about the conflicts that's happening between China and India and Pakistan, Kazakhstan, with so-called protesters, Syria, and all the things that's going on in the Middle East. There was a bombing on the Gaza Strip on New Year's Day. Okay. Currently, there's tumults in Libya. There's elections going on in Libya. There's a war going on in Eritrea, over there by Ethiopia. No one talks about, because the mainstream media over here just wants to keep you worried about la land, you know? This celebrity and that celebrity. Meanwhile, tumults are being stirred up all across the world. That's why it's going to be a thief in the night to Babylon the Great.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
And earthquakes in diverse places. All
Record earthquake since 2010. Look it up. Record earthquake. The earth is, I was talking to my wife, the earth is shivering because of the pollution. The earth is like, it's got the Voltron. Okay? They done pumped all the oil out the earth, polluted the magnetosphere. Birds just falling out the sky. 5G, all these other things that are going on. The earth is shivering. Earthquakes. A lot of people say, oh man, you know, we keep this going, you know, the earth is going to be, no, the earth has God programming in it. It has Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh. The earth will kill you before you kill it. But before you kill the earth will kill you.
That's what's up.
The earth will say, you know what we need? A tsunami. Yeah.
Hey, that motor that fell?
Yeah, bro, the
Man.
earth ain't gonna let you kill it. The Most High got judgment programmed in this thing. Okay? It's just earthquakes and hailstorms, all that is judgment. You know, scourges, like, what is it, 2nd Ezra 15, chapter 16? Spike, grab that. Go ahead.
Man, all
One of
these.
those. It's either 15 or 16.
Verse
The
8.
scourges for amendment. Let's go, champ.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right?
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for for my name's sake.
Right, that means you're gonna be all over YouTube on the most popular channels, the channels that got 101 million views. You're gonna be on there. You gonna go to your job. Ooh, I saw you.
Right.
Was that you? Do you believe that? Oh my God. Yeah. Are you ready to stand up for y'all about your mouth? Hey, that's the booty type moments, right?
Right.
You know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Just get ready for them moments. Your stomach queasy, like. Who you see? You see me? No. That's you. And they're gonna be ready to say, knocking on your door.
Yeah.
We just want to do a quick interview with you.
Yeah.
No problem. You know, we have a few questions. You mind? We ask you a question.
Right.
So do you believe that?
So, do you believe that white men are devils? No, do you believe it?
Yeah.
You know?
Not what the Bible says. What do you believe?
Yeah. I don't want to hear what that says. What do you think?
Right.
Breast smell like doodle and shit. Stinking. Teeth all yellow.
But I'm gonna give y'all a trick. You do what Yahweh did.
Yep.
You make them answer questions first.
Right.
And if they don't want to answer your question,
Right.
I ain't answering your question.
Right.
Do you believe in the Bible? No. Before I answer a question, do you believe in the Bible? See what I'm saying?
Right.
You ask them questions
Right.
first.
Right.
You stay in the driver's seat. Now
Right.
that's the quick. Whoever caught that, that's
Right.
the trick. Go ahead.
Right.
like you was saying, like you say, whoever's asking the questions is in control.
Whoever's asking the questions in correct. Right now, Esau is on trial.
That's right.
We're the spiritual Matlocks. Esau needs to be answering questions.
Right.
The state of the earth is not happening because of, you elect out here. The state of the earth in its polluted state is because of Esau and his wickedness, man.
Right. Yep.
He's been led by the spiritual demon Satan, and the earth is languishing. He needs to be answering questions.
That's right.
So when they come up here trying to ask you and try to put you on trial and make you seem like you wicked, no. They need to be answering the questions for the state of the earth.
Right. That's right.
We're not going around polluting and bombing every damn body.
Right.
We're not having the pedophile rings. We're not running a whole pharmacia drug cartels all around the world. They are, man.
Right.
They need to answer the questions for all the debt and inflation and famine and poverty that's going on around the earth. The pestilence and new diseases just popping up. They in labs just, well, we gonna see.
Right.
I don't care. Put it in the cookies, you know?
Right.
They need to answer the question.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
Man, it says verse 10, Matthew 24:10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another,
Right.
and shall hate one another.
And we're already in that culture of offense. Social media is the age of offense, the age of PC. Oh my, I can't believe you said that. No. All right, and then they used Trump to ignite that energy to control the truth, because the truth is offensive to a world of lies. So you're gonna be offensive. Everybody believes in BS, you know? Go ahead.
Real quick, this is
You guys Christians?
oh man.
You a Christian? Did you celebrate Christmas? I did, yeah. Exactly. Go ahead.
This is Galatians chapter 4.
Everybody believes in lies.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy?
And I hope the camera caught that. I asked these two Edomites that walked by if they was Christians. I asked if they celebrate Christmas, and they said, absolutely. Absolutely. I still got my tree up.
They just took down the transform.
But they gonna come question you.
Right. They'll call you wicked, right? Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So when you tell the truth in the midst of a world full of lies, you become an enemy of the state. That's why in the book of Isaiah 59 it says that pretty much you made a prey if you tell the truth. They make a man an offender for a word.
Yeah.
You know, so like when you do YouTube videos or whatever the case may be, then you get a strike. I ain't gonna lie, you kind of upset a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like,
I was hot, but
I woke up this morning, but here it is. I woke up this morning, and then a big ass red circle with the line through the middle of it. Your video has been removed. I'm like, God damn! I didn't even say medical misinformation, but how?
Yeah.
It's like it's those spiritual lashes that you get, but in a world that's full of lies, right? And the truth is coming out. You gotta remember, Esau knows. In order for you to tell a lie, you gotta know the truth. So Esau knows what the truth is, but that's how he flourishes with lies. It's like, oh hell no, we can't have these guys saying these things. We can't have this information can't come out. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Because what? He's being revealed. You gotta know this.
You got more?
Hey, one way of killing a man is silencing his voice.
Yeah.
And in verse 9 it says, then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted. Is that not an affliction when you get your video taken down, when you get your page removed, of years of lessons that you put together? You know, you can't even go back and look at it. You know, not even the good ones that made it. They all just, it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, it says, and they shall kill you. And the one way to kill a man is to silence his voice.
Yeah, but the main way to kill a man is to kill a man.
That's true.
Like, let's just keep it funky. We're being nice and spiritual and relating it to that, but that's talking about killing. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. They talking about they gonna kill you. You know what I mean? You know, that's what they want to do. All right. So that's the seriousness that you need to understand of what you're a part of. You know, they can kill our pages, and I understand what the brother's saying through the spirit. That's true. You know, they try to kill the word that's going out, but that they want to kill you now, for real. You dead. Day after day. That's what they want. Okay? But this time it ain't gonna work, man. Okay? This time you lose. And the saints of Yahweh Shem Yahweh shall win.
That's right.
Okay? The end of our faith is coming. Okay? That's it on that?
What you got, bro? Ephesians 6.
Let's go check.
This is Ephesians 6. I'm gonna start at 10.
Hold that. Read what you got.
Second
Yeah,
Ezra
we gonna,
6.
that's a good one.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 18.
Yep.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
15 seconds.
Verse 15. You want that? Woe is me, woe is me.
Yeah.
Verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
The beginning of sorrows, like the brother was talking about in Matthew the 24th chapter. Okay? If you're following along, for those of you who may be new to this, you should be putting these precepts together. Go ahead, champ.
It says, and the powers shall stand, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish.
There you go. Famine and plague, tribulation and anguish. Let's go, champ.
Are sent as scourges for amendment.
They're sent as scourges for amendment. So when you see big hailstorms, tsunamis, earthquakes, the minds of men to go to war, these are scourges for amendment. Like we was mentioning earlier, the Most High has written judgment into the mechanism of the earth. If you fracture righteousness and eternity, see, the earth was built to be eternal. It renews itself. Your body renews itself until what? Until you break the law, statutes, and commandments, and now death is sown into the flesh. So because of when you go into Isaiah the 24th chapter, the laws have broken, the earth mourneth and languisheth because we've broken the everlasting covenant. How do you think earth perpetuates it? How do you think death perpetuates itself, man? You know, when you see forest fires and tsunamis killing thousands of people and hailstorms and earthquakes and all of these different things happening, it's because it's a scourge to the people, man. For living in wickedness and polluting the earth, man. For distracting immortality. And the Most High is not going to continue with this, man.
Right.
All right? That's why a large portion of the human population is going to be removed. And it's going to be a sign and a symbol to those who remain of, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? When Big Daddy come in the house with that belt, that's what it's going to be like when fast, swift judgment comes.
Can I get it real quick?
Absolutely.
This is Psalm 119, verse 126. This is going back off what the elder saying. It is time for thee, Yahweh. It is time for thee, Yahweh, to work. For they have made void thy law.
Work. That's what the Most High is going to do. Work. Work is being moved across the world. Work. The Most High is doing work on the minds of men, kings of the earth, to go to war. Work is being written into the heart of the earth, man, to produce judgment.
Right.
Okay? And that work is going to remove a lot of people. And we're hopefully a part of the people that are caught up in righteousness and not destroyed. There's a righteous reward. There's a wicked reward. You know? And we're fighting for that righteous reward. Okay? You got something else?
I got something.
Just finish that? Okay, go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Right, they're going to just say, hey man, let's go. It'll get better. We're going to, a new normal. A new normal. You know, and if you guys have noticed, there's a sector of Esau that's really jumping on their Christian game. They're discipling now because they understand, oh man, this COVID thing. But then most of the people, they don't care. They're not looking at this as God's judgment on the earth. So it's just going to get worse. Go ahead, champ.
Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right, so as people continue to live their life and feel like they have a good life, things are going to just get worse. And it's going to be prepared to get worse. And we're watching it, man, and praising the Most High as it happens, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The whole armor. You put on armor. Do you put on armor after you go out there and run out there and fight? Or do you put on armor before you go out there and fight? Which one is smarter? Before. Right? Right now is the preparation for the time of tribulation. Now you should be putting on your armor because you see, oh, we fist to fight. Okay, so now let's listen to the components of the armor that you're supposed to be putting on before Jacob's trouble. You don't want to wake up to Jacob's trouble. Wait till Jacob's trouble and then be like, oh, now I'm ready to get ready. It's too late.
I'm trying to read Genesis 1:1.
You know, it's too late.
Trim your lamp now.
Right. You in the middle of the fight saying, hold on, wait a minute. Got my helmet on. Where my sword at? You know? No. You need to be putting this on now. Okay, go ahead, champ.
Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places. The highest institutions that govern your world are filled with people who are empowered by the spiritual demon Satan. The highest institutions that govern your world, the food industry, the basic government, the jails, the military, your financial system, your educational system, your healthcare system, every facet of society, the institutions that make those places run, the leaders of those things are empowered by the spiritual demon Satan. They tell you what to believe through media, through the news, through movies, television, through education in the school system, to teach through the religions that's going on. Can't forget about that. That's the biggest one, right? You are constantly at war in your mind, right? With what the powers that be are constantly trying to pump in your mind versus what the truth of the scriptures. This is a constant battle, all right? So you need to put your armor on, okay? That's the wiles of the devil, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13, wherefore take ye unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
Go ahead.
And having done all to stand.
Having done all to stand, go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
Have your loins girt about with truth, right? You're ready for the testimony. You girt about your loins, your testes, right? With truth. Go ahead.
Having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Right, the breastplate of righteousness, right?
In
your heart is filled with righteousness. Your chest, your breastplate of righteousness. Go ahead.
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
That's the Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. The salvation's here. Salvation's here. How beautiful are the feet of them, right? That come with good tidings. You're right. We read about in the book of Isaiah. It's also mentioned in what, Romans 11, I believe, or maybe 10. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation,
right? Go ahead.
And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High.
Right, so you got your shield of faith that's guarding against all the doubt that Satan is trying to throw at you. Satan is always trying to throw doubt, right? And distraction at you, man. Sometimes one might slip through, right? But you want to have your shield of faith. You want to have your helmet of salvation, kingdom-minded. Helmet of salvation, protect your neck. What's on your mind? Always keep the ultimate goal on your mind, and that will redirect you back to the path. What really matters? Kingdom. Stay kingdom-minded. Protect your mind. Okay? And then what it talks about, the sword, which is the word, right? And that's how you're able to cut and discern through anything that you have before you, right? Like it talks about in the book of Hebrews. This is the armor that you're supposed to gird yourself with for the day of evil. And we're being prepared for that. The brothers have been talking about that since this sermon started, about impending doom. That's called prophecy, by the way, for those of you guys that get offended. The prophecy says that impending doom is coming, a day of evil is coming. Or are we preparing ourselves? That's what we should be asking ourselves. Okay, that's what's important. Did you have a precept? No? You did? Okay, let's go check.
Quick lamb back, brother. This is Titus 3, verse 1. It says, put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, and be ready to every good work. And like you say, put on that magistrate, put on the principalities, as we're putting on that armor of faith as it said in Ephesians 6, we have to prepare because, like I say, the days are evil, as it says in, what is it, Ephesians 5:16. And that's where we're preparing for. Now, as the elder said, if we jump on it right at the last minute, you may be too late.
Yeah.
You may get stabbed without your armor on. Now you need that breastplate to receive it, okay? For you can block the wiles of Esau, the wiles of the devil.
That's right. That's right.
Jeremiah chapter 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, that so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it."
But Jacob is gonna be saved out of it. There's gonna be time of Jacob's trouble. And really, this is towards the remnant, the elect, the people that really believe in this and that are tuned in. You're gonna be saved out of it if you hold fast. We all have to hold fast, and there's gonna be certain things. We all have different things that want to keep us locked into this world instead of the world to come. And you have to know in your mind your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. I have weaknesses, everything like that. But you have to keep that helmet of salvation on to know, okay, it don't matter. It don't matter. At the end of the day, we're gonna be saved out of this thing.
Right.
This is just a pilgrimage. We're just passing through this. This is a passing through point. So when they start to slander your name, when they start to bring you up to the courts, when your closest friends and family are talking down on you, when it seems like things are just not going the right way, you don't know what to do. They want to take your job away from you because you don't want to take the Voltron. Now and then that's going to switch over into that chip. When you ready to you don't like, man, what we gonna do? Like, for real though, like, what are we gonna do? Like, I know it sounds good when we was out there, but now it's like, what we gonna do? When you in those real type of moments, okay, remember that the Most High said that you're gonna be saved out of it. Provision has already been made. Provision was made for you before the earth was even created for this time. Your way out of this BS situation was written before the rivers existed, before the mountains was made, before any clouds rained. Your salvation was already set if you believe. Okay? Go ahead.
God says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve Yahweh their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them."
Right, man. So the Most High has a beautiful preparation for the elect.
That's right.
Okay? Through all the BS that's going on and everything like that, and we just get started. This is the beginning of sorrows, like we read about, right? This is still the beginning of sorrows, but it's ramping up fast. We're at the back end of a lot of these prophecies. So, anybody, you want to close out anything? Anybody got anything else? Hey, man, I appreciate y'all brothers letting me come and dine with you. And Lord willing, whoever tuned in was edified, man. With that, man, we're going to say, call halal.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
Send double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you, Aki. I'm out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.